Hey guys, Elena here, and today I'm going to show you how to track your macros using Carb Manager. Super simple, super easy, and I think it's going to be extremely helpful. Stay tuned. Okay, so I know when you first start keto, or maybe you've been doing keto for a while, macros can be extremely confusing. There's not a ton of information out there. There's not a ton of information on how to track it. And I know I was super confused at first as well. So let's get started with what macros are. Macros are fat, protein, and carbs. When you're doing a ketogenic diet, you want to have 70 to 75% fat, 20 to 25% protein, and 5% carbs. It's really that simple, and I know a lot of us get overwhelmed. We're not exactly sure, what we're supposed to be hitting, and there's such an easy way to do it, and I'm going to show you guys how today. Also, don't feel like you need to use a pen and paper. I know some people try that, but that is so much more difficult than it really needs to be. So I'm going to show you an easy way on an app. What I recommend is that you download Carb Manager. It's free. You could also use MyFitnessPal if that works for you. But I'm going to go over today. I have it out so you guys could see. Let's move this. I don't know. Can you guys see? There we go. So that way you could see a little bit on how to get started. I'm sorry that it made my face disappear. But when you download it, the first page says getting started. What you're going to do is simply you're going to set it for net carbs. These are all set for you already. You create your username. I'm sorry, it's backwards. The next one is what you're gonna do is you're just gonna set this all up. So gender, your birth, how tall you are, your weight, and oops, that was my year, not my birthday. And it's really simple. I'm sorry, it's backwards, but you guys understand what's going on here. And you're gonna push continue. It's really that simple. Okay, so you're gonna choose your activity level, continue. And then the next thing is you're gonna set your goals. So you could set how much you wanna lose a week. And we'll put lose 2 pounds. It's gonna give you your calorie that you should be hitting, and you don't really need to worry about that right off the bat. Now here's the important part when you're doing keto, is the next part, if you could see, it says ketogenic diet. So 5% net carbs. I'm sorry it's backwards, but you guys get the way it works. 25% protein, 70% fat, and you're just gonna push apply. Okay, so once you're done with that, it's really simple. You push finish, and it's gonna give you a chart that, now wants me to pay. Hold on. Later. You don't have to pay for that. It's going to give you a chart that looks like this. So what you're seeing is that for me, it's giving me 10 net carbs. It's giving me 52 protein and 64 grams of fat. Whew. And what you're going to do is every day you're just going to enter. Oh, come on. You're going to push this little plus sign on the top, and you're going to enter your food. You push my day plus, and so it gives you a screen like this, and all you have to do is search what you're eating and put it in there. And if it's not in there, it's really great, because if it's not already in there, it actually gives you where you can enter it yourself. It's super easy. Now here's what you do when you're doing a ketogenic diet. I really recommend that you plan for the next day. So today you would meal plan for tomorrow, write down what you're eating, and then go ahead and put it in this app, and that way you could see what you need to work on. So maybe your protein's really low, maybe your carbs are over, and that way you could adjust going forward, so it's not like the end of the day tomorrow and you realize that you didn't hit your fat goal and you went over on your carbs. When you plan ahead, it makes it so much simpler for you to actually hit them. And if you're just starting, I would really recommend just starting with your net carbs, and trying to keep them between 20 and 50, and then work your way down to your actual net carb goal. And then as you start getting used to that, then you can start worrying about your fat and your protein as well. But definitely when you're getting started, just focus on your net carbs. Don't overcomplicate it. I promise it's really easy. play around with the app, you know, see what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and just try to plan ahead as much as possible so that way you know for a fact that you are hitting your macros. Don't let it be overwhelming, guys. I promise that app is super, super simple. Just go in there, enter things, play around with it, and before you know it, you're gonna have the hang of it, I promise. It's not that difficult, and please like and subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of keto videos coming up and fasting, and I look forward to seeing you guys again soon.